Hey guys, this is Tyler from Seller Accountant, and I've been spending more than I wish I had of my time over the past week studying the new laws that have come out. The CARE Act that was passed by Congress, signed into law on Friday afternoon, and I just wanted to give you, with there's been so much confusion about the two different loan programs, that I want to take just a couple minutes and walk you through what I've learned so far. And the first one is there is a grant program called the EIDL, right? And it is a 10,000. It's maxed out at $10,000 per small business. You do not need to wait for local lenders to be ready to take these applications. You need to go directly to this URL up here, covid19relief.sba.gov, and you're going to determine whether you are eligible for this $10,000. If you're a small business, smaller than 500 employees, you are going to likely be eligible. You're literally going to walk through a two-page application, put in a bank account number. If you feel like you've been harmed economically by COVID-19, this is a $10,000 grant. Now, the $10,000 grant could be applied or could be rolled into the much larger portion of the bill, what everyone's heard of, which is kind of the $349 billion of potential loans that are guaranteed by the SBA for small business owners, where you're going to want to go to learn more about that program, which is not actually open yet. We have a lot of information here, but they are still working with the preferred SBA lenders. The banks are supposed to be able to go online by this Friday, which is the 3rd of April. But there's a website here in front of you, home.treasury.gov. Doesn't matter which page you're on the Treasury's website, you're going to see this red kind of pink line here in the middle. If you click on it, it's going to dump you onto the page that we're looking at here. And this is where there are four. I've already seen them update these PDFs a couple of times over the last day or two, but these are really handy places to go to learn more. In particular, this third one here called "If You're a Borrower," find out more about kind of the rules and regulations related to getting roughly 2.5 times your average monthly payroll as a loan that can be forgiven if you actually spend the money the way you're supposed to on payroll-related expenses. Some eligible mortgage interest and rent expenses. What I've done is that same PDF, the one that if you were to click this third link here, I've been looking at this a lot because I think this is probably the best and most succinct way to understand the PPP. So we have the EIDL, $10,000 grant, kind of supposed to be immediate. And then once it opens up, you'll have this much larger program called the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program. Highly recommend downloading this PDF and just kind of scrolling through. It's 4 pages. A couple of the highlights I'll bring to your attention really quickly is, if you've been harmed by COVID-19, this loan is intended to help you maintain your employees by covering payroll costs. Again, there are some mortgage interest expenses and utilities and rent that you can also cover with it. It's assuming that you maintain your employee level and your compensation levels during an 8-week period following when you get approved for the loan. Any employee that you're trying to use for the calculation of your average monthly payroll is capped at $100,000. So, if monthly that'd be $83,300, right? $8,330 or so. Anything that your employees make above that amount is not going to count towards the average. And just know that that's going to be forgivable as long as you use the money the right way. Payments are deferred for 6 months. Again, starting this Friday, small businesses and sole proprietorships are going to be able to apply using an application that I'll show you here in a second. A week from this Friday, independent contractors and self-employed individuals are going to have the same ability to use that application. Every FDIC insured bank in the country, along with some preferred SBA lenders that are outside of that program, are going to be able to help you get this PPP loan. Let's see here. You don't want to apply for more than one. You can go to jail for that. Let's see here. You're going to have a couple minutes to apply. You probably don't want to wait. I was going to show you a couple of things I saw about the underwriting. So, okay, when they talk about maintaining your employee levels, they don't want to see a decrease in the number of staff, the number of full-time headcount. This is kind of the guidance here, or the second line here, which is the level of payroll. I do think that they're understanding that there's going to be the potential you have to let somebody go for legitimate reasons. You do have until June 30th to rehire people that you may have laid off in the last couple of months, kind of prior to this bill coming online. And basically, that's what we're seeing right now. So I just encourage you to go to the Treasury's website. They're updating these PDFs as they get better understanding. The bottom link here, if you want to see what the application actually looks like, is this is the template that they're sending to every bank in the country right now. And I'm sure they're going to clarify a few things on it. But essentially, your banker is going to put their bank logo at the top of this, and you're going to be required to walk through a formula of calculating your average monthly payroll. The preferred method is going to be all of 2019, January through December. Take your payroll expenses divided by 12. That's going to give you your average monthly. If you're a highly seasonal business, they're going to give you the alternative of taking, I think it's like maybe mid-February through the end of June as an alternative um, block of time, and then annualizing that and making it an average for a month. You're going to get to multiply that times 2.5, and you're going to fill this out. You're going to put your core owners in here. If you're in trouble with the law or have been disbarred or have any judgments or lawsuits against you, you're going to have trouble getting the loan. But beyond that, as long as you're a U.S. citizen and you need the relief for your business, this is actually going to be a pretty easy process to walk through. Whatever you do, please don't pay anybody to fill out this application. Both of them are very simple. There are some guys out there that are probably trying to do scams. Don't do that. It is going to be important to have some of the basics of your books in order, even if you haven't filed your taxes yet. You want to make sure that you can present a balance sheet and a P&L to your local lender to get through underwriting. I would expect the lenders to go live this Friday on schedule because they have an incentive. They actually get paid a fee, not from you and me, but from the federal government to be the facilitators of these loans. So it's advantageous for them to underwrite them quickly. It's frankly easy money for them. It's 100% guaranteed by the SBA. And so I just wanted to give you a couple of the tidbits here. I think the best places to look, again, is that home.treasury.gov website. Click on the little pink line at the top if you don't get dumped directly on this page. Check out these that are constantly kind of being updated, right? And then the separate program, this EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, is a short-term $10,000. You should be able to get. I haven't heard of anybody actually getting it yet, but I think within the next week you should be able to get this immediate relief. And so I hope that kind of demystifies it a little bit. You guys have a great day. Take care.